Hey guys, Cody here. Thanks so much for dropping by my channel. This is my first video here on YouTube. Today what we're going to be discussing is these pickups that I have in my Les Paul. I have the same brand in all of my guitars, and these are the Lollar pickups. In this guitar specifically, they are the Lollar Imperial Standards. Before we get into any sound examples or discussion of these versus the Burstbucker pickups that came in here, I would like to say that any brands that I reference in this video are in no way endorsing me to make this video, to support them, or anything else. They don't even know I'm doing this, or who I am for that matter. I just really enjoy everything that I'm using, and I really just want to stand by it and hopefully share some good sound quality examples and playing that you guys can hear, and maybe you'll like them too. And also I just want to say I hope everybody is staying safe out there during these weird times with the whole COVID-19 pandemic going on. A lot of people getting sick, some not good stuff going on. If you're viewing this, I just hope you're being smart and staying safe at home with your loved ones. That is the best thing we can do right now. So, Lollar Imperial pickups. Why did I go for these versus the Burstbuckers that originally came in this Les Paul? Well, this 2019 Gibson Les Paul Standard 50 spec came with the Burstbucker pickups in it, and at the time I was playing with a 7/8 piece band. And one thing I always found happening, whether it was rehearsal or at a gig, no matter where I set my volume, I wasn't happy with the tone on how I have everything dialed. And when I was happy with it, like really happy, I was always told I need to turn down. And no guitar player wants to be told they have to turn down. I mean, that's just in our nature, right? So I went online looking, and at the time I was playing a Gibson ES335, again with the Burstbucker pickups in it. And I had switched them out in that guitar with a low-lined Imperial in the neck and a standard in the bridge, both by Lollar. And eventually I was able to finally purchase this type of a Les Paul with this cherry sunburst style top. It's a bit flamey, and I'm not sure if that's going to cut across here in the video, but it is something I've just always wanted. And the issue I found again with Burstbuckers, and I am in no way knocking them, and that is not my intention. You can do anything with these pickups you could do with a Burstbucker. You just have to dial in your sound what you want, and sound and playing style, that is all subjective, as we all know. Now what I wanted that I wasn't getting from Burstbuckers was note definition, clarity, proper volume control with still retaining tone, especially when using pedals like Fuzz and overdrives and stuff of that nature, and stacking for different combinations of sounds. It was just always too loud, or in my opinion too flubby, and I just wanted something really clear and had clarity. I've seen a lot of good reviews and some good demos and whatnot of Lollar, and I finally decided to order some again for my Les Paul. I was very happy with the 335. I thought, well, the Les Paul, it's a guitar, it needs Lollars. It just needs Lollars. So fast forward a year or so later of playing this guitar with these pickups, you can play just about anything. There's plenty of note definition clarity. They are very low output, and they just do everything that I'm looking for, which is, for me, they might not be for you, which is totally cool. But I'm going to give you guys a couple sound examples. Before we get into that, as far as guitar strings, we're using the D'Addario NYXL 11-49 set. I got a Jazz 3 pick here. We're using these lovely sinusoid cables. They come out of Seattle. And we're going through a 2-rock traditional clean 100-watt head through a 1x12 open back 2-rock cab. And none of the pedals on the pedal board are engaged yet. But let's just hear my very clean sound. There's a little bit of reverb going on, but so let's just see what that sounds like. So that was the clean sound. Now before we turn on the pedals and give you some more sound examples, if you're looking at this and you're looking at the guitar, it says it's on the rhythm pickup, which we all know would be the neck. Well, I was fiddling with this one day while doing something else, not paying attention, and I was fiddling with it to the point where I have it flipped. So the rhythm section is really going to be here on the bridge pickup, and the treble is going to be on the neck, and in the middle naturally is going to be blended. So just disclaimer on that. But anyways, so now we're going to turn on the Ceriatone Centura. It's a Klone style pedal. It's always on for me. I just wanted you guys to hear how everything sounded without any pedals on. So now we have the Centura on, and let's just hear that's what I just did again, same way, one pedal here on the bridge pickup. To me, that is just a wonderfully pristine sound. You just gotta turn up the volume a little bit on the amp when you're at the gig or with the band, and it's just so clear. I just absolutely love what these pickups are doing for me in the way I play. But let's try it with a blended option. Same thing again, just the Centura on. And once more, but on the neck position. To me, I can play jazz, funk, soul, blues rock, rockabilly. I can do just about any type of style with those sounds that are just demonstrated between two pickups and a toggle switch. I have the volume on the guitar all the way up and the tone pots all the way up as well. Well, let's see how you might be thinking the next question. Stacking. Because naturally when you stack, whether it's gain into fuzz, overdrives, light drive on top of light drive with the medium drive, things start to build up, it gets a little bit heavier, right? So let's see how this sounds like when we just slowly start adding different gain stages. First we're going to do the Centura into the King Tone Blues Power. I got most of the controls at about 10.5 or 11 o'clock, and I got the volume on the Blues Power up to about 2 o'clock. Typically when I play, I use the Blues Power as a very light drive with the Centura, just so I can get some of those lighter sounds but still cut through and feel like I got just a little bit under the fingers. It's a little bit of a sound thing, a whole lot of a feel thing. But let's see what you guys think of the sound. Those chords, you could hear just about every note being played, and honestly it felt really good too. It wasn't damaging on the ears. Well, what about when you're doing solos? That's a very usable sound. I've used that sound before in the studio, and I've also used it plenty of times live and at different rehearsals, and even just meeting people for the first time. Just grab a pedal and go. That's just a very usable sound. Let's try it with something with a little bit higher gain. Next we're going to do the Centura with the King Tone, the Duellist. The Duellist it's a dual overdrive, and the drive I always use is the heavy hand side. I got the gain about 75–80% of the way up. It's on the stock setting, the tone on the pedal is at 2 o'clock, and the volume is mostly cranked all the way up. Now this is a very good thing if you're trying to do some stuff like maybe that Joe Bonamassa style, like on his cover of Just Got Paid, or maybe some ZZ Top stuff. To me, I just use the sound all the time when it comes time to solo if it calls for this amount of gain. And again, it might sound a lot without a band around, but it's this is just a great sound in my opinion. So we're going to try the same thing, chords with some single notes. Again, a very usable sound. It's one of my personal favorites. And it retains that definition and the tone. It might get a little noisy, but you know, I've never heard of any of our great guitar heroes ever being quiet. You know, you have Hendrix to Clapton, Bonamassa is one of my personal heroes. He's very loud. And don't be afraid of the noise, don't be afraid of any top end. So what if we stagger all three together, the blues power, the Centura into the blues power, into the Duellist, just as we did before. It's going to get a little noisy, so we're going to roll the volume on the guitar, on the bridge pickup, down to about 1.5, 2 on the knob. And let's just see how it all sits with that, and as I play, I'll try to slowly increase the volume. So there was a lot going on there, definitely some noise coming from the amount of gain being pushed with how I have everything dialed in, but these pickups are really working really well with everything we're throwing at them today. How's it going to work with fuzz? So again, the Centura is just always going to stay on, but we're going to mix it in with the Dan Drive secret weapon. It is the JD Simo from Simo. Signature pedal, and before we do this, I seen on his Instagram JD actually might have a slight case of the COVID-19. Man, I seen you live when I first moved here to Austin, Texas. I really hope you start feeling better, and hope you pull through this, man. It's gonna be, got a lot of music you still gotta make and that I gotta listen to. Maybe we can play one day, but that's a long ways off. Anyways, here's the Centura into the Dan Drive secret weapon. Alright, I mean, yeah, those are all the main drive style sounds that I would use, and a couple of the rhythms type sounds that I might use when playing live. You know, if I was playing with more of like a funk band or something like that, you gotta keep it in the pocket. There's a lot of definition, and I'm not gonna say quack, but it definitely feels spongier than it does with some other styles of pickups, at least to my ears. Under the fingers, it still feels just really great. You get the idea. And earlier we were doing some of those little more adult style chords. Does great for the jazz thing. If you want to do maybe some rockabilly or some of that old school, like the Shining Star, you know, Earth, Wind and Fire, that does great. I put on a little bit of slapback from the Strymon Timeline. just these things are so versatile. Again, it's all about how you play and how you use your gear. And man, I don't know what else I can really say about these things. These are just my absolute favorites, brand of pickup that I've used for my own personal stuff. I've used other styles of pickups when recording with other artists in the studio, which happens from time to time for me. And some of those brands might include the Seymour Duncan Texas Hot Antiquities, or the Lindy Fraylins, and even a pair of throwbacks once I played through I think a blacktop doing a recording session. But you know, I just can't say enough good things about these. And I just hope you were able to really capture what is possible with a good pair of pickups, if this is the sort of style you're looking to do, or sort of things you're looking to achieve tonally. Again, I'm not putting down any brands that I've mentioned. Nobody has endorsed me to do this video. I just wanted to do this because I finally have some time, since I'm not gigging, as I know just about every other musician out there isn't really doing right now. But hey, it's just, you gotta roll with the punches. Alright, thanks guys. I really appreciate y'all viewing this first video of mine, and just hope everybody stays safe during this COVID-19 pandemic we're all experiencing. And if you can just leave a like or any comments down below, it'd be appreciated. If you can just let me know anything you enjoyed from this video, or maybe not so much, or just any tips for what I could do for future videos to give you guys something that's going to be worth viewing. And yeah, I just hope to get better at doing this. And you know, hey, thanks again. I hope everybody stays safe. Thank you.